All right, I think we're live. Good evening. Okay, here we go. Sorry, got the audio rolling now. Anyway, sorry about that. Update here. Currently looking at a tornado-warned storm just west of Corbin, Kentucky right now. Tornado-warned storm. And really, it's tearing through the Daniel Boone National Forest. So very, a very mountainous type, hilly terrain there. But nonetheless, we have a potential tornado coming into Corbin right now. So if you're in Corbin, I would take immediate action, take cover, get to your safe spot, and prepare for this. We also have a tornado-warned storm now down here in Tennessee. This one already was tornado-warned, and we're going to grab the radar here and look at that one. And this is just to the north side of Cookeville, Tennessee. This one is heading east as well. It's at Dobson Branch, heading towards Poplar Springs and Hardy, Green Valley, Fairview Estates, and Stockton Estates. So you are under tornado warning for this storm as well. So I hear a new tornado warning coming in. And now we have another cell up here in the Daniel Boone National Forest. And this is a radar indicated tornado warning. Let me move to a different radar. So now we have these storms, two storms surrounding Corbin, just north of Williamsburg, tracking toward Barberville, Tennessee right now. So this is not a good situation.
The Cookeville one's on the ground.
Cookeville on the ground.
Pretty sure is a
back in Kentucky.
Yeah, it's. I wouldn't be 100%, but I'm like 95% there's a tornado on there.
Let's see here. Is that the best radar? I
That is the
think
best
so.
radar. Yeah.
Looks like there.
Correlation coefficient's got it.
Okay.
Weak,
Let's let's check that out right now. Let's just look at the coalition coefficient, back up some scans, and walk this out. Let's see what we have here. So,
see you there?
Yeah, let me.
You go frame by frame.
Yeah, I can. Here we go.
Pause that. Right here. You see it. You see it pop there for a couple scans. Go forward a little bit.
Right there.
Go forward a little more. Right there.
Oh yeah.
Yep. See that right there? That's pretty likely with a tornado.
Okay, so we have what's shaping up to be kind of a dangerous situation tonight here in both in Tennessee and Kentucky. So we're looking at the Dobson Branch, Tennessee storm right now. So let's go ahead and switch radars back to reflectivity. And here's our storm. See what we were looking at, how this storm ramped up. It's definitely got a lot of inflow coming down. It's curling up, kind of a different, I think it's from those westward push of the low-level jet, the way it's orientated there. Let me go ahead and go to velocities and look at that. So let's watch it come in. Yep, definitely pause it right there, right around between Dobson Branch and Center Grove. Definitely looked like it had some very tight rotation on this storm. And now it's continues to move east. Likely we'll get tornado warned again. It's now heading towards Rickman, Tennessee. A lot of little communities in here too. Hardy, Sulphur, Okalona, if I can say it right, Union Hill, Oak Hill, Highland. You're all in the vicinity of this tornado warned storm right now. So let's see what's going on up here in Kentucky. Grab the next radar, and that would be up here. So we got 2 tornado warned storms. And let's back these up so you can see the rotation on them. This one as it hit Corbin. Now this southern one. Let's see if I can find a better radar. Is that the closest radar? Still pretty close. Let's try this radar down here. Okay, so we got a new tornado warning. Yes, they've now are issuing a new tornado warning for this storm down here in Tennessee. So now we're going to jump back right there. New tornado warning. Let's see what it's still radar indicated. Let's click on the warning and see what they're telling us. So National Weather Service, Nashville, Tennessee has issued a tornado warning until 6:45 p.m. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located near Algood or 8 miles north of Cookeville, moving east at 40 miles an hour with quarter-size hail. It's radar indicated rotation. So right now it is not confirmed, but definitely if you live in these parts of Tennessee, definitely need to be finding shelter and getting in your safe place. Especially if you live near Green Valley, Sulphur, Hardy, Rickman, Union Hill, and Oak Hill. So let's back the frames down to 7 and let's get a sense of the direction of this storm. So it appears to be pretty consistent on its track. And it looks like it's kind of moving out this way right now. So that gives you an idea of the direction of the storm. Let's add some frames back again and watch it come in. Pretty much tracking straight east, maybe veering just slightly to the south. So definitely have some severe weather happening right now for Tennessee and Kentucky. So let's go up and visit our storms that are 2 tornado warned storms up in Kentucky. I have to zoom out to get my eyes on a good radar here. Be this one. Those look like pretty strong supercells. This one at Sawyer. And then also one heading for Crane Nest. Let's go with the high-res velocity and see what we're seeing on these storms. Not seeing a lot of real tight rotation, but I'm noticing this severe warned storm over here is definitely showing some real signs of rotation on it. Wouldn't be surprised if this storm over here headed toward Roke, Queendale, moving east towards Moselle, Asher, and Essie. Matter of fact, a number of these storms are exhibiting rotation, but this one right here looks to be rotating right here. So that is a rotating supercell. Could potentially get tornado warned. I would just be cautious in this area. Be ready just in case. Yes, welcome in everyone. I see Stimpy, Chris's Weather, Cactus. Wow, did not expect multiple tornado warnings today. No, I did not either. I just came home from work. Freddie said, oh, you might want to go live. So looking at this right now, these storms are definitely capable of producing tornadoes today. So let's get a general look from this radar out here. Still kind of far away. This one, checking now back to the Tennessee storm. So this is one storm. It has, this tornado warning has been placed on top of the previous one. It's definitely rotating. And we'll just look at 7 frames to keep that view. It's definitely rotating, getting a lot of inflow from the south. Let's just stop it right there and look. You can see, you know, this inflow coming in and then this rotation coming around and headed right down the path. So these areas back here, you just need to be paying attention. All red. Crawford, Rickman, it would definitely be a good idea to be in your safe place right now. Oak Hill, the storm is moving your way. A broad rotation right now, but nonetheless, a very powerful storm. Definitely, along with it, probably producing some damaging winds along with it. So it's been a while since I've been on radar, so let me see here. Get my, click off that for a minute. Wanted to get my indicators. Let me zoom out and click off of that. Anyway, there's our storm. Rotating supercell with a couplet on it, not real tight as far as I can see, but definitely some velocities in there. So let me get this. There's our indicator. Okay, so been a while since I've been on radar, so I'm starting to, I just need to kind of refresh myself here. So here's our rotation. Winds are not real high, but it's definitely rotating as it's moving east. Keeping an eye on that. So let's look at these up here. Out of the reach of that radar. Let's see, let's go ahead and click back on here. Appears that this would be the best radar to look at. So now we're back up in Kentucky, and we've got several storms up here. Now these up here that are tornado warned are not really showing a lot of rotation. I almost like this one off to the east a little bit better that's severe warned. as far as rotation on it. Just a better couplet there on that one. But we'll see what happens for this storm over here off to the east. These down here, there's kind of far from the radar. Not super far, but far enough that there's a little bit of a corruption here, so it's hard to get a fix on them. Let's take a look at that. So we got some winds in here, 25 miles per hour on, yeah, not a lot of rotation on these that I could detect, but this one down here is harder to judge because we've got this this radar contamination, if you want to call it. It's hard to see what's going on. So that's our current situation for Kentucky. Nonetheless, I would take it seriously and be prepared, be in a safe spot. Along with these storms, you can have damaging winds that can be a real problem as well. They can bring down tree limbs, cause a lot of issues as well. All right, so let's go back to reflectivity and see this storm here. It's just got a nice look. It's got rotation on it, and it's definitely got some power on it. Looking at the DBZs, we've got 62 DBZs. That's pretty strong for this time of the year, February. Definitely a strong storm right here at Roark. And then heading towards Asher. Just keep an eye on these tornado warned ones. Now let's move down and check our storm down here in Kentucky right now. Which radar should we pick? Let's pick this one out of Nashville. There's our storm. Let's look at the reef velocities. Still rotating. Some broad rotation there. Just a broad rotating storm as it's moving off east right now. So guys, yeah, welcome in. Hi, Gigi from New York. Stimpy, good to see you. Cactus as well. Hope everyone is well. And Chaos Witch. I'm just north of McCreary, and that rotation made things a little hairy before those warnings went out. Tons of lightning. Okay, thank you for that update there. So just north of McCreary. Let's see if I can find McCreary. So here's kind of a broad look at what's going on overall. Let's see if we can find a radar that kind of encompasses both storms at the moment. They're moving east, so this one shows. Now you can see some rotation from that radar on this tornado warned one right here, south of Corbin, Wood Pine. So this southern radar here now is definitely showing a couplet here. And so we got green going toward the radar. We got reds going away from this radar. So here's our rotation right in here. And again, it's tracking this way. So keep an eye on that for sure. Not so much on this northern tornado one, but it's mainly on this one down here right now. Let's see what kind of towns we got. Faber. So in Faber, Rockhold, and Woodbine. You guys need to be alert. Watch out, because you've got a tornado-warned supercell coming your way with rotation on it. And that is heading toward, as well, Dishman Springs and Barberville and all these surrounding communities. Crazy little stuff here in February. Okay, let's check out our storm. The new severe warning for this storm to the north up by Yedis, Kutchin. See if we can, how about we look from this radar up there. So these all have some signs of rotation. These down here showing signs of rotation. This northern one now from that radar, the northern radar looks a little bit better as far as the rotation goes. Crazy stuff right now. These are all radar indicated as far as I can tell. We were looking at this one down here by Cookville. It might have had some evidence of maybe dropping a tornado earlier. Let's just look at that real quick and see if we can inspect this. I'm going to go back on this radar. And let's go back maybe 21 frames now. So let's see if we can see what happened on this storm as we go back. Right in here, look like it definitely had some good rotation right in there. So that's where this storm looked, maybe even going back further than that. But that storm looked pretty crazy back there. But I haven't seen any confirmed tornado warnings as at the moment, which is good. So moving off east, got a new tornado warning now up on this one that we were looking at earlier. This severe thunderstorm is now tornado warned. And this would be right at War Branch. It's heading quickly towards Helton, Moselle, Chapel, Lewis Creek, Napier, Big Lorette. You are under tornado warning now for this a brand new tornado warning. Let's see, it's radar indicated. It's moving at, I think it said 35 miles per hour. It's a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado, was located over War Branch or 12 miles northwest of Harlan. Moving east at 35 miles per hour, tornado and quarter-size hail. So that's what the warning states, and there it is. Let's see if we've got the best radar. No, let's try this radar for now. So not real close on the radars here, but definitely showing signs of rotation. See, I'm trying to decide which radar I want to use. That's probably the best, the closest radar. But this one from the south is picking up on the rotation there a little bit. So Also, this storm back here that's been tornado warned for quite a while is definitely looking tornadic. So we don't want to lose sight of these back here. And these are all moving east, kind of in a line. And actually, these up in here, these severe ones up here, are showing signs of rotation as well. So just seems to be a good, I haven't really even looked at the conditions at all today. But obviously, whatever was forecasted for today, it's coming to fruition. Hey, Chris. Yep, you bet. Thanks for joining in. So he's got an update here. Risk for Central Tennessee is a slight. And imagine maybe there's a 5% tornado, which means perhaps if you are in the, let's go ahead and just check something out here. Let's go with the outlook for today. Let's see, what do we got here? Let's go with the tornado. Okay, so basically, looks like there's a 5%. You can see this green line I just put on the 2%. So not really a very significant tornado threat forecast here at the moment. Only a 2% for tornado, but we're seeing a lot of storms getting tornado warned. So I'll go ahead and take that back off. Just wanted to get an idea of what the risk factor overall was for today. So we're watching these storms. Definitely this one right here just has a nice little couplet on it. Okay, so we're getting a new tornado warning. Now this one down here has a new tornado warning on it. We'll come down and investigate that one in a moment. I want to look at this one right here just to see the rotation. See how that's spinning right here in the middle. You can see that storm rotating and spinning as it comes through Faber, Kentucky, went through Young's Creek, now moving off toward Barberville. So definitely keep an eye. Dishman Springs, Barberville Road, East Highway 6, Indian Creek, Big Creek Road, and then Paint Hill over here. You guys want to definitely keep an eye on this storm because it's moving out of the previous tornado warning box and heading into the other one that's already there. So we got, at the moment, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tornado warned boxes, but this is the new one. It's radar indicated. It's 9 miles southwest of Livingston, moving east at 35 miles per hour. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. Click off of that and find a good radar to investigate it. Let's see. I wonder if this one down here will give us some clues. Not real good about this one. That one is hard to pick up on as well. Here's one right here that'll help us out. Okay, here's our storm. The new tornado warning on it. And this storm just has a history of rotating. So it's good to keep it tornado warned in case it just ramps up. But that's here in Tennessee, heading for Grimsley, Wilder, Crawford, you are very close, Twinton, Sandy, all these places, you are under a tornado warning. Okay, so that's definitely not many chasers out there. I don't know if these are just people with their spotters on, but I don't recognize too many of these names. So I don't imagine there's many people chasing, but so they've dropped all the tornado warn boxes for now, except for these two, the most recent, apparently. Still, though, like the looks of this one over here by Barberville. So, I mean, look at both of these storms right here are rotating. These are actually looking pretty good. I mean, it's upper level rotation because it's a little ways from the radar, but you definitely have the greens coming toward the radar and the reds going away on both of these. So that's your tornadic rotation. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't pop some more warnings back on these two storms right here, because they are once again looking okay. So I guess there was a tornado was spotted. According to Randy, he's given us a report that a spotter has found or observed a tornado, but these right here are now again looking better than they looked earlier for a while. So I'm gonna see the rotation. They didn't look so great, but now that they're coming into the view of this radar, definitely radar's picking up some rotation on these two right here by Barberville. Wouldn't be surprised if we see tornado warnings come back onto those storms. This is the one up by Lewis Creek and heading for Napier. This is keeping our weather services active right now with these warnings and watching these storms, because they're coming and going as far as the rotation on them. Yep, there's the tornado warning right as we speak. This one just looked too good to leave it alone. And it is now has a tornado warning on it. Just coming in. Let's get the latest. This is radar indicated. Again, radar indicated. Moving east at 35 miles per hour. So quarter size hail on it as well. So this is the latest tornado warning out, and rightfully so, because we've got some really good rotation on this one, some good broad. It's kind of broad, but it's definitely looking nice. Let's look at this on reflectivity. So there's our storm, and it's got 63 dBZs on the storm. It's a very strong storm. Also want to look at, looks like we got a new tornado warning over here on this one now. Observing this hook here. I wonder if that is a new tornado warning on that storm. But I wanted to go over to the echo tops and see what is going on as far as the echo tops. Here's the echo tops. Getting an idea of the height of some of these, just for curiosity's sake. Not super high, but 35,000 feet. The storm back here has 37,000 feet. Definitely some strong storms. So back to our reflectivity. Look at this one here. It's kind of forming a hook on it. Now I'm going to go split screen for a moment and just kind of observe this. Getting it to load. This one definitely has rotation on it right in the center of the polygon. Polygon's just accurately located. This one here has the rotation back on the western side of the polygon, and it is headed for Walker, DeWitt, Scalf, Hammond up to the north, Arrows, Field. You are all in this tornado warning right now. And maybe a little bit of a merger here that could be feeding this storm to the south. The merger coming in here from the south, that's keeping this nice and strong. Now look at this one down here, also rotating. Just a lot going on here. This storm down here is rotating as well, so I would take it seriously. Even Barberville, I would just be cautious, because you've got another storm that's rotating right behind the main tornado warned storm, and it's moving towards Artemis, Himyar, Swan Pond, and Swan Lake. A lot of action tonight here in Kentucky and in Tennessee. A lot of action. New tornado warning now just coming in on this storm. It's extending off of the previous tornado warned storm. Just getting people prepared, because this storm has a history of potentially dropping tornadoes. It also has been rotating for a long time, so we'll try a different radar. Just kind of hard to see it, but this is probably kind of a precautionary tornado warning. Yes, radar indicated 1-inch hail, quarter size. Definitely taking precautions with this storm right here. I want to see if I can see anything from this radar. There you go. And we get this southern radar. It does show some rotation on the storm. Back here by Clark Range, as it's moving into the new position. So Tennessee has that supercell. And then we've got these storms up here in Kentucky. Big Laurel. Napier, you are under a tornado warning. Just keeping an eye on these. Not really scary as far as what I've seen historically, but dangerous nonetheless. You want to take them seriously. This one doesn't look as, the one that's tornado warned doesn't look as crisp as perhaps the one behind it now. That might be due to a little bit of a merging going on. Anyway, thanks for joining tonight. Good to see some people in here. Sun Cool Breeze. Yeah, good to see you, Sun Cool. Hopefully things are taming down out there in the Sun Cool Breeze land. I believe is out west. Samuel, thanks for joining. You're in Mississippi. Okay. It's a good place to be. Stimpy hasn't had a chance to be on a good stream for a while, so good to see you, Stimpy. Hope you're doing well tonight. I'm my friend at Warburg, Tennessee. Okay. Well, Tennessee's getting some action today with all of these severe thunderstorms and tornado warnings. So I'm going to click on the radar to the north of these. Not as familiar with these radars out here. Weather services. That definitely shows rotation here, a couple places. It's kind of what we have going on right now. Still, each one of these tornado warnings so far right now are radar indicated. So not actually a confirmed storm, but this one back here still has nice rotation on it. Let's watch these as they come in. As they come into the radar, radar picks them up a lot better. Let's just go maybe 7 frames. Right there, these two right here. Definitely showing some good signs of rotation. So how's everyone doing tonight? A lot of action right now going on in Tennessee here. Lots of tornado warning in Kentucky. Lots of tornado warnings tonight. And we'll see. I'm not sure how this will go as we go through the night, whether it will ramp up and get worse or tame down. But we're going to follow it here for a while and see what's going on. Yeah, you're welcome there. Sun Cool Breeze. Anyway, just a little bit of excitement going on here in the lately in the Plains Weather Media vicinity here with Freddie's new video coming out. That long-awaited, long-anticipated video of the Holly, Texas tornado and family rescue deal. So that's glad to see that video is finally was able to get that out, and you guys got to see that. Hopefully, if you haven't seen it, head on over to Freddie's channel and watch that video. It's pretty amazing. 2024 was just a big year for tornadoes. I haven't really sat down to get an official count for what I saw, and I'm thinking it's somewhere around 20 tornadoes, but and I didn't really even chase that often. I got out mostly around Nebraska. But quite an active year. So I'm thinking about doing a tornado, sort of a 2024 completion video. And just a lot shorter clips of all the tornadoes that I saw. So it rained in Southern Cal today. Good deal. Hopefully that's a good thing. I know too many fires out there this year. We just need to we need a break from all this fire weather and terrible weather there. So let's see if we can investigate the Tennessee storm. And I'm going to grab, let's see, I'll grab this radar out of Jefferson City. Not seeing it, very good view from there. Try this from over by Knoxville. So this storm over here near Banner Springs and Sunbright, it's tornado warned. It's not as strong as it was looking earlier. This storm had a lot of, was long-lived and had a lot of strength to it at the moment. It's still holding 50 dBz, so it still has some strength to it, I guess. We'll see what happens when it continues to move east. I'm not really sure where the better environment is, whether it's already passed through that environment or if we still have more to go. So what do we got out here? Zooming out to check on that. Trying to find a radar to investigate this storm, but you can see, at least on reflectivity, looks like it's rotating in general. Not seeing it real tight right now on radar, so perhaps we need to stay locked in on these Kentucky storms up here. Watch them. Kentucky storms generally easing off a little bit too, which is a good thing. So we'll just kind of stay put and watch this system a little bit. Not let anything get too far out of sight. We'll just examine stuff from different radars. So okay, so I think I missed somebody here. Starman 94. Tornado warning for Jackson, Overton, and Putnam counties about 30 minutes ago. So right now, things are slightly taking a little bit of a break. So we still have 2 tornado warned storms. Let's look at this one from the north. This one's still showing some rotation on it. It's got an open slot in here where it's getting some inflow. It correlates with this over here. Still pretty strong. It's got 61 dBZs in places. So it's got a pretty strong core to it. So that's what we have right now. Thankfully, things are not too intense at the moment. What about this storm up to the north? Examine it. Doesn't look too scary. It's mostly these down here near, I guess if there's a warm front, that's probably what these are on down here, because the temperature up here in the north, 55, we're seeing the temps being a little cooler, but down here, we got 59 and 61. Then back west a little bit, 63 at Jacksboro. But darkness is setting in on these communities, or matter of fact, it's pitch dark there now, most likely. Let's check what this radar. So there you have it. I think we're just going to kind of sit tight and take a bit of a bird's eye view. Let's see. I'm going to switch off radar here. Let's go to velocities, because that seems to be the thing that's most concerning. And just let it run for a little bit here. So it's lightning up near Morgan County, okay? So there you have it. I think I'm just going to leave it on here for a moment. Step out, maybe see if I can get something to drink, and be back. Samuel Wilkinson, Wartburg, Tennessee. Let me see if I make sure I'm not missing anything here. So this radar is kind of collecting everything as a whole. The storm is definitely spinning up here. check this real quick. So right now, things don't look too overly concerning. So let's just leave it at that for a while. I'm going to step out for a moment, but I'm not going to go away. Coffee break. Yep, that's probably what I need right now is a shot of some coffee. Yep, and we'll be back. And I'll be listening for any tornado warnings that go off. Okay. I'm back. What'd I miss? Okay, so, oh, look at this one down here, though. It is continuing to rotate, so there's some rotation associated with that. Okay, just in time for a new tornado warning. And I'm not seeing it. That's why I'm zooming clear out. It's going to be for this up here. Yep, there it is. Right there. New tornado warning has just been issued. New tornado warning is issued for Tacky Town, Peters Knob, Chestnut Knob, Bedso, Loyal, Baxter, Harton, Black Joe out here, Ages, Mary Helen, Harlan. All these areas, you are under tornado warning for this storm right here. So definitely's got some rotation on it. Kind of spiked up. So let's just stop it right there. Investigate this. So we got this little gate to gate here. We got 29 miles an hour on not a lot, but 9 mile going the other direction, but nonetheless, definitely showing signs of rotation here. Let's make sure we got the right radar. Let's try this northern look. There's showing couplet there as well. Little spike there. So definitely so if you're in the vicinity of this, like Saylor, Peters Knob, you definitely want to take heed and take shelter. Doesn't look to be a generally highly populated area. Okay, so it looks like we're cleaning up some stuff in there. Right there, we got some nice rotating storm. Let's look at it on the reflectivity side of things. So definitely get some inflow out here. So we got 60 degrees at Loyal. So this is apparently a warm front, perhaps lifting up and giving some inflow in here and causing this to rotate. New tornado warned storm. Let's see what the warning says. Radar indicated 3/4 inch hail on this. So it's moving east at 30 miles per hour. Had a little spike on it. Let's see here. Some of these just kind of ramp up and come right back down, but okay, so they re-tornadoed this one, or put a new tornado warning on this one down here as well. So didn't catch that, but down here in Tennessee, we have a tornado warned storm as well near Wartburg and Gobi, Elizabeth, Oak Hill, Landrum Mountain, and Young Mountain. Got a tornado warned storm. Now this one is starting to look a little bit nicer with a little more broad rotation on it. Yeah, I'm back too, Sun Cool, so I had to get some coffee. You know, a little cup of coffee to kind of roll with this tonight. Staying live because we got two relatively new tornado warned storms to keep an eye on. So let's look at this one up here off of this radar, which is closer. That'd be Jackson, Kentucky. So looking down on this storm here. Not crazy looking, honestly, but it did. You know, let's go back 14 frames, kind of give an idea of why this went tornado warned. If you back it up here, you can see it was rotating back here to the west, and then as it moved east, it just kind of wrapped up there, starting to pull together, and now it's kind of breaking apart again. So so it's kind of hard to gauge some of these. Upgraded to confirmed at Wartburg. Let's see. Would that be the one down here? Yes. Okay. Let me check that out. Tornado warn observed. You are correct, Mr. Cactus. Let's check this out. Observed tornado. A confirmed tornado is located near Wartburg, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Okay, so there was an observed tornado down here. Let's check. Let's get down here on which radar do we want? This one would be the closest. Yep, some broad rotation there, but far enough away that it's kind of hard. And that's the advantage of, there you go. So I like that right there. Let's, if you back it up right in here, the rotation looks pretty good right there. And maybe this would be worth investigating on coalition coefficient. See, just by chance, if we can pick up any So right in here, it does look like, you know, it could be some debris associated with that. It's just hard to tell because it's kind of spiky out there, but might have been a tornado, you know, by Deer Lodge and near Annandale. Snuck up on me. Okay, let's just end that. Switch over to back to velocities. Back to velocity. So they've dropped the tornado warning now up here in Kentucky. See how that works, but we still have one down here in Tennessee. Yep, confirmed tornado. That's why we got our excellent mods and chat people to help with this situation here and keep those warnings fresh and things going on. Teresa, hello to you. And Mr. Twister, of course, howdy to you as well. So I was going to talk about, I've had this on for quite a while. Let's see if I can find one. Let's see here. On my notifications, I wanted to show you something that maybe you have or maybe you don't have. Right here. So I don't know if you'll be able to see this. I'll hold my phone up. And you can see the tornado warnings. Well, that just went away. But you can see them there. And notice it says NWS tornado, NWS tornado, NWS tornado. So a long time ago, I followed National Weather Service tornado on Twitter. Yeah, I was looking at that debris signature, Freddie, just a moment ago. It's kind of far away from the radar, so a lot of kind of hard to tell. But anyway, that NWS tornado, let's go ahead and do this. If you hit notifications, it gives you, as soon as they tweet out a tornado, you get a notification on your phone whenever there's a tornado warning from anywhere in the country, and kind of keeps you up to date and alert. I mean, sometimes you're out chasing and you see that. So here's that potential debris signature right here, which is in line with the rotation of the storm, but I would be back. Maybe it's up here too. Where is there's Wartburg right there. And now let's switch the radar over to our velocities, and we'll back that up. And you can see up here, that northern part definitely has the rotation, but especially right in this vicinity. So it's kind of nice to get those tornado warnings on your phone like that. It kind of keeps you alert. Yep, the new warning, I think it's going off the previously observed tornado. Confirmed tornado was located near Wartburg, moving east at 55 miles per hour. Now this says source radar confirmed tornado, but it was observed. A tornado is on the ground. Take cover now. Move to the basement interior. Okay, so let's see if we can find a better radar. This one's about as close as you can get to this storm right now. How about back here? How did it look from this radar? So this would be the closest radar, but I want to look at this one down here as well. See if we can get all perspectives. Maybe this one actually can help us out. So in this vicinity, there you have it. So we got a smaller tornado warned box, still headed towards Oliver Springs, Petros, Flagpole Knob. So you're under a tornado warning. A tornado has been observed. So definitely heed the warning and find a safe spot. Be on the lookout for sure. I lost my. So here's the closest radar, and here's what we have. Storm is still rotating, still spinning. Based on that observation, Buffalo is right in this vicinity right here is where you definitely want to be on your toes. Tioga, Buffalo, Devonia, Braytown, Rosedale, all these communities in here. Be on the alert and watch out. You might definitely want to find a safe spot and get prepared. Let's go ahead and look up here to the north and check these out as well. Storms out here. Have a little bit of rotation. So that's kind of what we're seeing. Look at this storm here now. Just to the north of Clinton. Really starting to ramp up here with the velocities. Let's go ahead and take a look. So Definitely, at least looks like we're getting some confirmed reds and greens going here. Keep an eye on this one up here, this severe thunderstorm producing 1-inch hail, 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts. That one also has a look. So these are a couple to keep your eye on right now. Of course, the tornado warned one to the south. Well, Naomi, tornadoes can be year-round depending on the system that comes through, but not really the start of the tornado season yet, I would say. But getting close. Getting close. February is definitely closer than January. I think right now, based on that, so why we have just a little bit of a break. I do want to keep our eye on this one here. Up here by Wilson Gap, Speedwell, Leech Mountain. This storm looks to be gathering some rotation. So including Oak Ridge. So we got a new tornado warning. Just got the tweet once again on the just got the tweet about a tornado warning, and I don't know if it's just continuing. Maybe it's for this one down here. Yeah, Oak Ridge. So new tornado warning on this storm down here. Radar indicated. So we're definitely keeping this one in our sights. Is it a bot that tweets it? I don't know. Probably set up some way to tweet it out. But like there, I got the tweet before I got the warning here on my software. And often I get it before anything else. So it comes out really quick. That's NWS Tornado. Watching these. So let's see. What do I have up? Oh, I'm going to put this down. I want to click off of these things. Here we go. So I want to go to SPC. And since someone asked the question about is the season here, this is any severe probabilities. Let's see if I can find the one I want. Let's go all tornado. January, December. Okay, we got a new tornado warning here. This one's up in Kentucky now. Radar indicated I got the tweet, but this time the software actually beat the tweet. So we got a new tornado warning here. Radar indicated again. Let's get out of that for this storm right there. So let's find, should we look at this radar? That's what they're seeing right there. So we got some rotation. See the rotation coming across, and it's coming right down into the tornado warned box. So this is going to affect Bardo, Stanfill, Martin's Fork, Sampson, Smith, 3 Point Coal Camp, Bob's Creek, Kaywood, Crummies, Smith, and Sampson. So all these areas, you are under a tornado warning. Take shelter, get in a safe spot. Yes, tornado warning. So somebody asked the question, let's see here. What happens if I bring this over onto this screen? Will you see it? For a moment, and we'll look at tornado probabilities. Let's back this up all the way to March, February. Okay, so we're looking at, this is on Storm Prediction Center, and these are tornado probabilities. This is for February 5, so I guess you could say, if we back it up a little further to January, yeah, there's still some probabilities for a tornado down here in the south. So I guess there is technically somewhat of a tornado season year round, because you got this showing up in January. Now as we move out, basically week by week begins to spread. Here we are in February, and things are spreading a little more, and then the intensity, the probabilities for tornado increase down here on the chart on the bottom. So this shows February 12, and this is an average from 1982 to 2011. So just giving you an idea of when the season starts. Now moving out there, you see the probabilities get a little stronger for Mississippi. This is February 19. And then this just continues to grow. This is February. Let's just take a quick, we got a new tornado warning here coming up. I want to check that out. Basically, for our storm. So new tornado warning, plus they have the severe warning out around the whole thing. But what about this one back here? That'll be the next one, maybe. It's still rotating back here as well. But so Jonesville, they've expanded the tornado warning down into this area. Hagen, Smiley, Cedar Hill, Wilson Hill, Kinser Mill. But Jonesville, pretty good community down here, which includes Fleenor Town and Campground, Jonesville Campground. So letting you know you need to be ready because there is a storm that's exhibiting a lot of rotation and it's heading your way. So back to our map here real quick just to see. This is the March probabilities. It begins to spread. Even the 0.2% expands clear out, even up into the Midwest a little bit. That's early March. March begins to really ramp up as March goes on. So now you see down here on the Red River between Texas and Oklahoma, starting to spike up here with higher probabilities for a tornado, and that's late March. Also over here in Alabama, begins to spike up over here as well. Then moving into April, the spike quickly gets a lot bigger, especially around Oklahoma, Texas, parts of Arkansas, and then Mississippi and Alabama. And as you move on, the Red River area in Oklahoma gets bigger and darker. It gets pretty intense there in middle of April. April 22nd, it's definitely growing for tornado probabilities. April 29th, just got a tweet for another tornado warning. I don't know if it's for the same one. Let's check it out real quick. Let's see, make sure nothing new is popping up. Might just be this one right here that they're just continuing to warn. Back to our probabilities. So April 29. So the big tornado outbreak in Nebraska was on April 26th, I think. And yep. So the Dixie Alley tornado season, that starts really early. But look at Oklahoma here around April 29. But that big tornado outbreak last year was up here in Nebraska and Iowa. But there's definitely a zone for probabilities up here. And now, as we move into May, look at the bullseye right now over Oklahoma City and Norman and those areas down there. Big bullseye of this really, I mean, the highest color is right there in Oklahoma. And that's early May. And then we'll see, you see Nebraska, it's moving up into Kansas, Nebraska now. Definitely down into Texas. I mean, Texas has a big swath. So let's move out another click. Still just very intensely dark there in Oklahoma. But now central Kansas is gaining. Texas is still. As we move north, I mean, late May, middle toward late May, just very intense. All this area right here, Tornado Alley, is really ramping up. And now, as we move into May 27th, you see this area of Nebraska, southeast Nebraska on the border and near Kansas, which for many years now, for at least maybe the last 5 years, have been quiet. So we haven't had a lot in this area right here. It's just been really quiet. Been kind of unusual, but historically, this is an area that can get some tornadoes. But then here in the panhandle of Texas, very high area for tornado potential down there. Another click. So you kind of have two areas here. You have this area of Kansas, Nebraska, and Texas, Oklahoma. This is around June 3rd, June 10th. The area continues to stay strongest now in Nebraska. And over here in Colorado, over here near Yuma, Colorado, you've got a lot of potential in June. And then as we go into June, it just kind of hangs out up here in northern Kansas and around Nebraska and Colorado, with the highest area here in northeast Colorado. And then as it moves on, Colorado stays maybe the hottest spot and just kind of stays in this area up in Nebraska as you move into July. July, things begin to tame down, and you just get a lot of random stuff, but you do get stuff clear up here now into North Dakota. Let's go back one click. Yeah. You get this whole belt here between, includes Iowa, and then as it moves on through the rest of the year, things just kind of August, random, things start to quiet down. And so-called second season isn't really all that good, but that's kind of the situation. Somebody asked about when the season started. I guess it starts kind of a continual start. So let's look at this storm down here. Keeping an eye on the tornado warning box. Let's do a little update on this. Not looking overly very strong down here. These storms up here, tornado warned, but maybe not real strong. So that's kind of the situation. Still got 2 tornado warned storms at the moment. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. Nebraska's had some pretty dry years for tornadoes, especially like 2016. Well, let's say 2017, 2018, 2019, somewhere in there. 2020, there just was a real drought for tornadoes, but lately, especially last year, Nebraska and Iowa really ramped up as far as tornadoes. So Kansas has just not had, got a new tornado warning coming in right up here. New tornado warning. This one's for Pennington Gap. Includes all Stone Mountain Wilderness, Jasper, Duffield, Ray Grove, Cracker Neck. All these areas up in here, you are under a tornado warning. You can see the rotation in this area here, moving east. Here's the warning, radar indicated, and it's moving east at 40 miles per hour. Severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado. Was located over Disney. We're 8 miles north of Jonesville, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Court the Brave, how you doing? Yep. Haven't seen a lot of you guys for a while. I should show you the progress on the puppy. The puppy is getting somewhat monstrous. Okay, we got a new tornado warning for down yonder. Right there, we got a long box on this one. So new tornado warning. Clinton. Which includes Knoxville, Tennessee. So Knoxville, Tennessee, you are under a tornado warning. So I imagine that's going to stir the pot down there in Knoxville right now. So you are under a tornado warning for this storm off to your west. Let's look at the reflectivity on the storm. Yeah, it's pretty strong, and it has pretty good structure. So I want to note something here. This storm is forming now kind of the bird wing structure. So you see the wings here coming in. That's a classic supercell right there. And getting a notch. And this area down in here is where we're getting the rotation, but we're definitely getting the inflow coming down into this storm and then wrapping up right around here near Claxton. That is our storm. But that's got a really good shape to it right now. Really good shape. I mean, getting to be a pretty strong supercell, and then we can confirm that also by the DBZs. 62 DBZs. Let's go with the split view for a moment and see what we got there. So there's the rotation. I have some storm spotters. Yeah, software locked up there for a minute. Let's go to velocities. So right now the storm is impacting Claxton area. So let's see what other radars are in the vicinity. This one here. Anything to my south? No. That's the best radar we have. So here's where the storm is. It's moving. It's getting close to Knoxville. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a way that this is tracking. Yeah, it is kind of falling. Especially if we go out. Let's go out. Okay, we're out 14 frames. So the storm was over here. It's moving. Get it where you can see it. It's moving. Yeah, they've got the box tracking pretty good. You can see the inflow picking up. That's interesting right there. So what I'm going to do is I want to very quickly check out coalition coefficient. Seeing if we're getting any spikes in some solid objects there. So right in this vicinity right here is where rotation is starting to pick up a little bit as it comes down toward Knoxville. Knoxville, Tennessee, you are under a tornado warning right now in surrounding communities, including Fountain City, Briar Estates, Glenwood, Shenandoah, Caswell, Kings Valley, Park Ridge, South Knoxville, Westview, Middlebrook. You are all under a tornado warning. There is a supercell coming your way that's rotating and showing rotation as it comes, tracks east and a little bit southeast right now. Let's back this down to 7 frames. Let's hope this doesn't ramp up anymore as it's because it's coming into a highly populated area right now. Very highly populated area. Knoxville, Tennessee. Let's go ahead and inspect this. Velocities are not real high, so that's a good thing. You got some strong winds, but within this, it can spin up some little tornadoes. So let's hope it just passes through here without doing anything bad. So Naomi, good to see you. Skystar, good to see you. Cactus has been in. We definitely got to keep an eye on this tornado warned storm now as it's moving slightly southeast, but it's getting very close to the core of Knoxville, Tennessee right now. We'll look at it on reflectivity. There's our storm. Just go split screen for the moment. So it's updating. Yeah, unfortunately, it's definitely looks better in a bad way as it's getting close to the Knoxville area. So zoom out, check these others. So we still have tornado warned storms up here in Kentucky. Just tracking this as it comes in. Yes, pray for Knoxville. It's definitely a good thing to do. Let's pray that it doesn't get any worse. Let's check out the warning. Right now it's radar indicated. quarter-inch sized hail. Storm is moving east. It says it's moving east at 60 miles an hour, so that's quite fast. That's flying. 60 miles an hour doesn't hardly give you any time to get out of the way. So yeah, let's keep Knoxville in our prayers, and let's also keep them informed. And so if you're in the Knoxville area, you just need to find a safe place. So if you're in a house, safe place would be, if you have a basement, you want to be at the lowest possible, preferably underground. If not, if you're in a structure, you definitely still want to be in the lowest place toward the center of a room, and find a good sturdy room to be in, and go ahead and just get in that safe location now and be prepared. So Jonesville, it says, has a tornado warning continues. So I want to zoom out. This is Jonesville. Okay. Just got a tweet about that tornado warning continues for Jonesville. Kentucky. This is still the best radar for both Jonesville to the north, Kentucky, and Knoxville to the south. Thank you for posting that, Court. Where to find the nearest storm shelter. Let's just see if we can do something here. Okay, so we do have a tornado warned storm now that is right now coming through the Knoxville area, and you can see this is moving through a populated area at the moment. So I'm gonna keep my eye on the velocity. So we got rotation right here. So here's our radar. So we've got the greens heading toward the radar and the reds going away. So right in here is where we have our rotation right now, and let's hope it doesn't get any tighter than it is. This is not not a great situation here at all. But it's descending and cutting through this area. So please take heed to the warning. Got a tornado warned storm with potential to drop a tornado right now as it's going through the Knoxville metropolitan area. So definitely Stay alert. Be prepared. Now this storm continues to get stronger, at least on the velocity side of things, as it's moving east. So then downstream of this, you've got some other places to stay alert. Strawberry Hills, Carter, Caswell, then even further down, Betch Springs, all the way out towards Newport. So the storm is let's just hope it doesn't get any worse than it already is. So it's looking kind of intense. We're keeping an eye on here. So not very strong, but we definitely have gate to gate. So this is happening now. Just to the north side of Knoxville is where we have the tighter rotation. Just to the north side, a very populated area right here. Extremely highly populated. Okay, we might, so we have a new tornado warning now as well. Keeping an eye on Knoxville, but now up to the north. This tornado warning includes Lone Mountain, Betch Grove, William Springs, Punchton Camp, Avondale, Rockhaven, Mary Chapel. You are also under a tornado warning. At the same time, we have this tornado warning down in Knoxville, Tennessee. This up here got a spike right there of rotation up by Lone Mountain right now. So that's a new tornado warning. Look at this one though at Knoxville. Big broad rotation going through Knoxville at the moment. Okay, Freddie says it looks like it could drop in the next few minutes. It could. It's definitely been building. That's the thing about this one up here. Just really spiked though, really quickly. So that's got a nice little couplet almost up there north of Rutledge. Let's see what the warning states. Radar indicated. This one also might be, this one's traveling at 45 miles per hour. So that's moving fast. These are moving very quickly right now. So let's keep an eye on this. And let's go ahead and look at the rotation here. See how it's building and just getting stronger. All right, so let's take a quick read on our winds. Picking up 13 right there. That's not looking good. Not looking good. This is looking a little more classic on the rotation right now. So we got 2 tornado warned storms we're keeping a close eye on. Got to stay locked in here right now. Serious situation is unfolding here. We'll jump down to Knoxville in a moment, but up here by Lone Mountain, we've got a rotating supercell, tornado warned, working its way through these counties. Down here in Knoxville, just coming right through Knoxville right now, we have a rotating supercell tornadic thunderstorm. So just keep cool heads, find a good, safe place to be. Take the warning seriously. Might as well take every precaution. Stay safe. Again, if you're looking for a place, interior room in your house, lowest level, it doesn't hurt to even protect yourself further with maybe some cushions or some things like that. But find, sometimes a bathroom ends up being a pretty good place to be. Sometimes even in a bathtub, it's not a bad place to be. You got just a little more protection in that way. So, there's a little spike back here. This is not, well, let's just look at this a second. 32 on 3. So there's a little couplet back here on forming back here on the back side of this right now. That's looking kind of right here. Oakwood, Lincoln Park. Right in here. So right there might even be a tornado down here in this area right now. One of these might have dropped a little bit of a tornado, might have a little bit of debris kicking up potentially. It's too hard to, I can't confirm that, but yeah, right there. Look at this spike of rotation. We got a couplet. Just now has kind of moved off. Let's back it up a click here. So we had this little couplet back here forming off of the main rotation. So if you're just joining us, we have a tornado warned storm working its way through the Knoxville, Tennessee area right now. Possible tornado over Oakwood. So yeah, Oakwood was I was looking at that little couplet right there, and it just seemed like it might have dropped something that had that very likely could have been a tornado. But this continues to be a dangerous situation. And this one up here is also just has a couplet forming, getting tighter as it works its way through these counties up here. Just west of Dotson right now in Beech Grove. You are under tornado warning, fast moving storms. This one was indicated at moving at 45 miles per hour. And this one down here, the warning stated, I believe, 60 miles per hour. Let's see if it still says that. Yeah, there's a lot in here. I'm not able to pick it up. Yep, moving east at 60 miles per hour. So the storm's moving very fast. So take these warnings seriously. You know, very, very likely is dropping, you know, tree limbs and some debris flying around from the increased wind velocities related to the storm. And if not, maybe a tornado touching down here and there. But yeah, let's look at the spike on this one here. So right back here is where seems like there could have been a tornado. Let's see. Still an active situation here with this tornado warned storm. Both of these storms. This one north of Knoxville just has a very, very interesting look to it. With this rotation just right here. That's kind of where the rotation is at the moment. Judging by the radar here, you've got the winds rocking this way and going this way, centered right here. So that's the situation we have. And then back here, there's an update. There's an update. And it continues to track right down through this, the polygon of the tornado warning. So now it's moving beyond the main area of Knoxville. It's starting to move off to the east, but continues to track and rotate. So you got a traffic cam link there. Let me go ahead and click on that one, see what they're seeing. I have another computer up here. Stream not available. There we go. Not loading. This is looking... This is continuing. Both of these are continuing. Look at that one up there. Just a nice little spike. So let's just time out. We got a storm up here that's looking very tornadic up here by Thornhill. Just east, or just west of Thornhill. So you've definitely got a couplet, which might be a tornado right up here. We're talking about this area right in here. So Thornhill, Rockhaven, Beans, Table Springs, all of you just really need to be on your toes and ready, because you have a potentially, right now, potentially there's a tornado there. There's no joke. And then down here as well, it's a little bit of a broader, but it's definitely rotation going on here as it moves a little bit southeast right now. Two storms to keep our eyes on very closely. So if you're just tuning in, we've got a couple tornado warned storms here in Tennessee. One is just now on the east side of Knoxville, Tennessee, moving east at, according to the tornado warning, it's moving east at 60 miles an hour. So it's definitely, the storm is kicked in the afterburners and it's moving very quickly. And then we have a tornado warned storm to our north that very much looks like it's dropping a tornado potentially, and that's at Thornhill, Rockhaven, in this area, and that storm is moving quickly as well. Just want to examine this right now. Right there, you've got some really good rotation going on with this tornado warned storm. Now the one to the south is starting to look a little like it's still rotating really good. So we want to keep our eyes peeled. Heading for Midway quickly. Peters Mill, Kodak, Beach Springs, Grandview Estates, Fairview Heights, Shady Grove, Deep Springs, Dumplin, all these areas. You have a rotating storm moving your way. And then Bean Station, you need to be on the guard because this storm is coming towards you. Right now, it looks like it's impacting Thornhill and about to hit Rockhaven. Yeah, those little spikes there, they can just really be intense little spin-ups. So Peters Mill and Midway, you are in the path of the rotating part of the tornado warned storm. Looks like they've shortened the box a little bit, and so they've taken the west side of Knoxville out of the tornado warning. It's pretty much moved past the center of Knoxville now. It's quickly racing off to the east. Staying live on this right now as the tornado warned storm with rotation is now heading to Sevierville, Catletsburg, Alder Branch, and Fairview Heights. These are the areas that are in the path of this current tornado warned storm. To the north, Bean Station and Mooresburg. You are in the path of the northern one. So let's take a quick look at, here's our storm on reflectivity. And it's definitely, it's kind of condensed to this smaller area, but very strong and rotating. So yep, right there, still rotating quite well. Heading for Kodak. Right now it's impacting Peters Mill and Midway, moving in the direction of Union Grove. Chris Weather, welcome in, Chris. Yeah, we're watching this storm as it goes through. Rotation looks a little bit more defined as it's moving east towards Danridge, Shady Grove, and Sevierville. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but which would include Cherokee Hills, Harrisburg, Reagantown, Red Oak Knobs, all these areas, Alder Branch. You have a rotating tornado warned storm heading your way right now. Knoxville appears to be in the clear. So Knoxville, you are pretty much out of the path, although coming up behind this storm is another storm. But as far as the concentration of this current tornado warned storm, it's actually maybe even looking a little bit stronger as it condenses at the moment, but it's moving very quickly toward Grandview Estates. I'm going to pause it here and just look at these velocities. Yeah, we've got very good rotation. So you got 32-mile-an-hour winds there. Up here with 16, 17 mile an hour. Somewhat broad rotation. Still radar indicated. There's no, from what I can tell, no confirmed tornado, but it's looking like it just, you know, it can go from here and just wrap up. So Newport, you better be just getting ready because this storm is rocking its way toward you. Is anybody out chasing? Good question. I don't think many are out. Chasing right now.
Yeah. Southern one's been close to producing a big tornado a couple times.
Yeah. It's currently sort of tightening. Staying. It's a very intense storm, very fast moving. And the rotation, which was more broad, is less broad now. It's a little bit tighter.
See that northern one produced a tornado really quick.
Yeah. Did it get confirmed?
Well, there's a debris ball. Correlation coefficients. It's definitely a tornado.
Yeah, it looked on the radar signature like it had a nice little tight couplet. This northern one here. Just talking to Freddie. Freddie's in the background. So this is what we got.
It's pretty strong mesocyclone on it. It's struggling to tighten, which is good.
Yep.
I thought maybe it was going to put a big one down in the Knoxville area.
Yeah.
I think it put a weak one down.
So this area's definitely got some population here. Sevier County. There's a lot of homes in this area right here. And this storm is just off to the north of that, but it's heading for Newport. It just doesn't want to give up. It's definitely rotating. So let's go to the, yeah, it's definitely got a strong 60 dBZs. It's getting some hail with it. Nice strong storm right there. While we're here, we'll look at this one to the north. Very strong storm right now here, heading for Union Grove. Velocities on this storm. Velocities are definitely rotating. Man, I'm going to pause it here and get a reading on these winds. 23 mile an hour on 28. So we got strong rotating winds. Not showing it real tight, but it is definitely a rotating meso. Within that, you can have some strange stuff going on too. You can drop some little tornadoes just because of the features of these mesos, these broad mesos. They can drop some crazy stuff. So we got a new tornado warning on this storm. They have it tornado warned all the way out to the North Carolina border. So this tornado warned storm is now heading by the warning clear out to North Carolina on the warning. Now we're starting to see some a little bit tighter there as well. So the new warning is radar indicated. It's moving east at 45 miles per hour. Tornado warning is for southern Jefferson County and East Tennessee and Coke County in East Tennessee and northern Sevier County in East Tennessee. So that's your warning. Here's your storm. Our northern storm does not look as dangerous at the moment. This one is looking stronger. This one is looking stronger. Just rotation is getting tighter. Yep. Tightening up on us here a little bit. So just to be clear, if you're in Red Oak Knobs, you definitely want to find a safe spot. Milliken Grove, all these roads over here, Flat Creek Road, Old Newport Road. Storm is very quickly moving east. Especially heading for Allen Grove, Cosby, Green Mountain, Wilton Springs, Sunset Gap, the Pinnacle, and Crockett'sville, Jones Grove, East Fork, Shell Mountain. The storm is rapidly coming your way. I'm sorry, I was off. Clear off, blocking the rotation of the storm. So take cover. Where's she going? Nap time or bedtime? Bring her in here for a quick hello. So the puppy is now becoming, if you've hung around, you get to see what has become more than a puppy. It's become more like
a wild beast.
Like a monster. It's a monster. This is the puppy, and it's no longer a tiny puppy, but it's becoming a beast. So I'm gonna say she weighs about 3 pounds right now, rapidly growing, and being lots of fun. But it's bedtime for this puppy. So, but we're watching the storm, definitely rotating. It's starting to look pretty intense, really, with that RFD coming around now on the bottom. It's starting to look pretty insane. So, all right, puppy, it's time for you to go to the Can't even lift her, man. She's so heavy. There you go. Up, 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 up. Take her. Got her. The beast. Thank you, Nathaniel, for rescuing me from the puppy. But boy, look at our storm here. Look at the RFD coming around on the bottom. You can see the winds curling back around. Let's just talk about this. So we're seeing this rotation here. We got this rear flank coming down, and then you've got the forward flank coming in. Definitely got rotation on this storm as it tracks rapidly off to our east right now. Yeah, NOLA has gotten big. NOLA's going big time. But well, we're doing a lot with her. So, but here comes our storm. It's barreling down through eastern Tennessee with rotation as it's rapidly heading towards North Carolina, the eastern side of North Carolina. And it is rocking its way down. I want to take a look at the reflectivity, how it looks. There you go. There's your notch on the storm, big time notch. Look at the strength of the storm right now. We got 60, I think I hit 65 dBZs on this storm, man. That's a pretty strong storm. And then look at the notch we have right here coming down, and then you've got the RFD just coming around. It's powering along right now. Pretty impressive storm. It's got broad rotation, but it's got it. Definitely worth keeping an eye on. So check out our velocity winds now. We've got 48 mile an hour. So the winds on the RFD side of things have really picked up. 23 miles an hour to the north. Continues. So I'm going to zoom out and see if there's any other radars. Any other radar that's close, but this is the closest one for radar. And the storm continues to track east. Really appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you for all the support. This channel is new and doesn't have a lot of following at the moment, but this is the channel I'll probably use to do some weather coverage. And we'll set that up for that. And then I also have a channel, if you're new to viewing, my John McKinney storm chasing channel is where I actually storm chase. And so I'll be likely out doing a decent amount of storm chasing this year as time and weather permits. We'll be out chasing on John McKinney Storm Chaser, but here we'll be doing weather coverage. I might even post a few other videos here on this channel, but so we're watching this storm right now, and that's kind of looked about, I don't know if it's beginning to go outflow here. It's very rapidly changing shape. We'll see if it picks up. right now. It has a curve to it, but it's also pretty isolated, so we'll see what it does. It's moving east quite rapidly, but the tight rotation, I'm not seeing it at the moment, thankfully. Well, I hope everyone's doing well tonight. So it's February, it's the 6th of February. So we're now beginning to look forward to spring. So this is currently the only tornado warned storm. This one up here kind of looks like it could do a little bit of have a few kinks in it. This is our main storm right here. We'll just keep it locked in right there. So I'm going to take a little break, step out for a moment, see if I can grab maybe another splash of coffee. And I'll be back. Okay. I left. I'll be right back. Just checking this out. So we got a new tornado warning. Remember I talked about those kinks in the line? This one's up to our north. Things are just kind of going crazy tonight on this setup. There we go. So up here, tornado warning includes Bluntville, Buffalo, Bluff City, Piney Flats, and Austin Springs. You are under tornado warning. For these storms up here, and they've got some strength to them for sure. And then there's some little, probably like kind of like QLCS tornadoes, but just in this, it's like a line, but not really a line. It's supercellular right there. It's these little areas in here you can get some brief spin-ups of tornadoes. And then down to our storm down here as well. Right now, it's just a kind of a broad rotation, but it has been doing, it's been rotating for a long time. Let's just see what it looked like. Let's just go back 30 frames, which is quite a while. And just kind of watch it as it came down through here to the present. Kind of a long track tornadic supercell, but thankfully, apparently not dropping a lot of tornadoes. It might have dropped a couple brief tornadoes. Hopefully no one got hurt. And at the moment, it's not looking as crazy as it was earlier. So maybe we'll check, change the frame rate down to 14. Check this radar up here, see what's going on up to the north. Things look relatively calm to the north. Stay on this radar right here. So there you have it. Thank you, Court. Yes. Don't forget to hit that like button if you haven't done so already. And subscribe and turn on notifications. That would be great. Would appreciate all those things. So these storms don't appear to be too crazy at the moment. I'm trying to see if there would be a good radar to hand off to as they move east. Let's see what this radar down here shows, if it shows anything different. Shows some rotation still on this storm by south of Newport. Definitely picking up a little bit of upper level rotation for sure there. Same with this one up here. So we still have tornado warned storms, so we'll just keep it locked in here for now. Until we get the coast as clear. This one down here is still, it's getting some inflow. Definitely getting some inflow and maybe starting to, we'll see. Let's look at it on velocity or reflectivity, I mean, and yep, it's starting to kind of curl around here. Just looked like it was getting that forward flanks really kind of keeping this one happy. Has a nice notch right in here. So here's the look of this right here. It just has a nice notch on it. Let's see what the one up here is doing. This one is kind of getting its inflow in here as well. Just animate this and see what it's doing. Well, that's our storm headed for Wilton Springs, so just never know what it could do. It's tornado warned. Could definitely get some brief tornado come out of this as it moves through this area. Temperature's still, warm enough, 61 in this area. Look back here, all of a sudden we got what is going on back behind everything here by Knoxville now. Let's just investigate this. Right here, the east side of Knoxville, we got a little sneaky storm here. Let's just look at it on the split screen. See that? You got a couplet showing up on radar. that right there definitely has an interesting look to it. So you can see hold on. Let's just X out of this here at the moment. Computer's having a little bit of a challenge right now. What's the best radar? Is it still that? So right here is what I'm looking at the moment. Did have a nice little, still has some rotation in here. See how it looked right there? Even as it went through, look at that. It went through, just came back through Knoxville. As it came over here by Marbledale, it had a couplet right in there. Just kind of went crazy there for a minute. And even so, still has some spiky rotation right in here. Back here behind the tornado warned one. So definitely worth keeping an eye on these back here near Knoxville. Continue to rotate and are keeping life interesting. Keeping things interesting on us. Right there, look at the little spikes in there for, just never know when one of those drops a little tornado. This right in here, because you got your inflow coming up into these things and just got that wind shear. Giving us some rotation. We look at the velocities, and then you've got little spin ups. Back to some broad rotation over here. Right there, look how strong that's gotten. The storm's not going away at the moment. You've got 67 dBZs. That's approaching 70 dBZs. You know, some hail associated with this. It's a strong storm right there. Strong storm. It's got some wind in there. Still have a couple tornado warnings out there. So now they've severe warned it into North Carolina. This one up here is tornado warning, tornado warned, but not looking as threatening. Okay, let's animate things. Keep it going. Let's see what it does as it gets close to North Carolina. Very strong thunderstorm moving through Tennessee, the eastern side, about ready to move into North Carolina. And we got this thing back here still. Look at that. It's got a little spike of rotation back here. It's on this storm right here. Nothing too crazy tonight, but definitely storms with some potential. This one is still very strong. It's headed for Midway and Tomtown, Raven Branch. Very strong thunderstorm. Some velocities. Let's see. So that's what's going on here. Still that spiky rotation back there. Let's zoom out a little bit. See what's going on in California. What do we got going out there? Probably got some snow falling. Got winter storm warnings. A lot of snow out there right now. Got winter storm warnings here in Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Oregon. So we got some snow out there. So we're down to one tornado warning right here as it moves into North Carolina. So let's leave it right there for just a moment. Check something out here. Still rotating as it comes down. Into North Carolina, a little bit of broad rotation. It's just broadly spinning around with the mezzo. Let's watch it on reflectivity. See if it can carry that momentum as it goes into North Carolina. But at the moment, it's not looking too bad. Interesting night. Interesting night for sure. Not looking too bad right there. So looking it over, I think we're going to go ahead and call it a night on this one. As this one moves into North Carolina at the moment, it's severe warned. Not looking real tornadic at the moment. Things are looking pretty good. So anyway, guys, I really appreciate you helping me out tonight, joining in on this severe weather coverage. Many tornado warned storms tonight, which kept us busy. But hopefully we provided some service to the people of Tennessee and Kentucky tonight. You guys stay safe out there, and we will call on the low key and the up and up at the moment. So just thanks for joining tonight. It was a pleasure, and you guys Have a very safe rest of your evening, and God bless you. Take care, and we'll hopefully connect with you again sometime. But thanks a lot. I guess I had my camera down a little bit from when I had the puppy, but it was a pleasure. So everyone take care, and we will see you soon. Thank you to the moderators tonight. Court the Brave, you've been helping out quite a bit. Chris, thank you for helping out. Stimpy was in here earlier. Appreciate you guys. Gigi was in here. Freddie was in here. Just thank you. And you all have just a wonderful weekend coming up. Tomorrow's Friday, so we can all be thankful for that. So just take the utmost care, and we'll catch you on the next time. So